intoxicated. We're automated and overpopulated. We're all fish in a stream, swimming towards a vicious dream. Don't you know we're the walking dead, dead, dead? Our lives were meant to be this bleak. Somehow they got into our heads, heads, heads. We're wide awake, yet still asleep. We're the walking dead. Fear and hatred, dull and jaded. It's all been debated and manipulated. Nothing's ever as it seems. We're bound to believe everything they scream. Don't you know we're the walking dead, dead, dead? Our lives were meant to be this bleak. Somehow they got into our heads, heads, heads. We're wide awake, yet still asleep. We're the walking dead. We're the walking dead, dead. Oh, 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 oh. We're the walking dead. We're the walking dead, dead. Oh, 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 oh. Highly sedated, intoxicated. We're automated and overpopulated. Don't you know we're the walking dead, dead, dead? Our lives were meant to be this bleak. Somehow they got into our heads, heads, in our heads. We're wide awake, yet still asleep. We're the walking dead. We're the walking dead, dead. Oh, 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 oh. We're the walking dead. We're the walking dead, dead. Oh, 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 oh. Highly sedated, intoxicated. We're automated and overpopulated. We're all fish in a stream, swimming towards a vicious dream. Don't you know we're the walking dead, dead, dead? Our lives were meant to be this bleak. Somehow they got into our heads, heads, heads. We're wide awake, yet still asleep. We're the walking dead. sedated, intoxicated.
Hi there. They call me the governor, and I am here with some wonderful people, and we are going to be talking about The Walking Dead, the series that has touched all of our lives, and now it's over. God damn it. So thanks to everyone who is joining us for this Requiem in the chat. So I appreciate you being here. And yeah, why don't everybody introduce yourselves? Make it short, Tomaj, because I know you're not feeling all that well.
Hey y'all, you know me from Big Bro and Lostis Reacts. Yes, I do have a cold today, so not quite feeling like myself, but I did still want to be here. So bear with me.
All right, and someone we haven't seen for a while, Jazz.
Hi, Jazz here. Yeah, just really excited to be back and pay homage to the show.
Yep, she's way back from when we were doing these through Wizard World, so.
Yep.
And now Wizard World is no more, and The Walking Dead is no more. Everything is no more. Damn it. Reina, the werewolf.
Hey everybody, happy to be here tonight. I can't wait to do this again.
All right, and other people will hopefully be showing up. They're a little late. Machond. In particular. And Jack said he might be here quite late, because he has other commitments normally this night, but he does want to show up. I don't know how long this is going to go, but we are going to eventually have some trivia. And for those who stick around for that, it'll probably be in our second hour. We'll be playing, but you guys have a chance to win a gift card. So, stick around. You could show off your knowledge. We'll explain more as we get to it, but there will be trivia later on. All right, so we are talking about, The Walking Dead. And I'd like to know how it came into your lives. Reina, why don't you start us off? How did you first discover The Walking Dead?
Okay, so this is actually one of my also favorite memories of that I will carry the rest of my life. So my grandpa watches The Walking Dead. I am highly afraid of zombies ever since Resident Evil, ever since I was a kid. So every time there's a zombie on my TV, I will turn it off. Okay. So I was at my grandparents. I was staying over for the night, and my grandpa's watching The Walking Dead, and I freaked out. And he's like, "No, you need to watch it. It's really, really good." Like, "No, it's got zombies. I don't like them, blah, blah, blah." And he's like, "No, you really need to watch it." So I came home, and I said to my husband, "Grandpa says we need to watch The Walking Dead." I watched the first 3 episodes. I had nightmares all these days. I was terrified. I didn't want to watch it. I was like, "Nuh-uh." But I pulled through. After 2 weeks, my nightmares were gone, and I actually got hooked, and now it took over my whole life.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
A little bit.
Jazz?
I got into it. It was on the break for, I believe, season 4. I had a friend tell me, "Yo, you need to watch this show." And I was like, "Really? It seems stupid," which seems really bad now that I'm thinking about it, because this is like one of the best shows I've ever seen. And it took me a little bit to get into, but she's like, "Yeah, just get through the first few episodes and then you'll be hooked, I promise." And she was absolutely correct. And I have never looked back.
Tomaj, tell us a story.
It was like one of those rainy days, and I was texting one of my friends, and he was like, "Hey, have you seen that Walking Dead show on Netflix?" I was like, "No." He's like, "Check it out when you get a chance." So, of course, I clicked on it. I think it was up to season 2 at the time, and I clicked it and I binged it, and I just was like, "Wow!" And then, of course, it hurt me, and I was ready to quit. And then I saw Machond at the end of the season 2, and I was like, I have to continue on. I have to watch this show. So I got extremely lucky. It was actually the mid-season premiere of season 3. So there was a marathon going on. So I spent the entire next day binging all of season 3 so I could be caught up. and I just had been hooked ever since. So that's my story.
Very cool. I'm not sure
Yes.
exactly how I came across the series, but I like caught it season 1, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, this is really cool. So I watched all the episodes, and I really loved season 1. I just happened to catch it on the air. But when season 2 started, I have to admit, it seemed to be getting repetitive. You know, the whole season 2 thing, it started out slow. I'm like, okay, now there's more. Oh, and the little punk kid gets shot. And I'm like, you know, I had actually seen the show Heroes before, which I loved the first season. And I stuck with Heroes through all the seasons that followed, even though it declined in quality. And I kind of regretted doing that. So I'm like, you know, I'm not going to stick with the show. I love the first season, but season 2 isn't grabbing me. I know it's only one episode, but it's not grabbing me. I'm not going to make the mistake I made with Heroes. So I gave up on The Walking Dead. Then I went to a con, and I was dressed as Captain Jack Harkness from Doctor Who. And someone said, hey, you know, you make a really good Captain Jack, but have you ever considered cosplaying the governor? I'm like, who the hell's the governor? And he said, oh, he's in on The Walking Dead. I said, well, I kind of quit after season 1. He's like, oh, he's in season 3. Well, so I had to go back and I watched season 2, and season 2 got better. It did get better. And then season 3 started, and then I saw David on that screen, and I'm like, all right, he seems pretty cool. And I'm just like, yeah, I could do this. So I just got kind of back into it because of my resemblance to David. And then from there on, I was hooked. And eventually, of course, I started, doing the Governor Reacts. It wasn't actually reactions at first. It was just reviews. And then went from there to actual reactions. And here we are. I know this question doesn't apply to everybody. Why did you start deciding to react, Tomaj?
I was watching Johnny Odell's reaction compilations, and they were always hilarious. So I was like, why don't I do reaction videos? I watch a ton of shows. So I asked my sister, and if it was something she was interested in, and she was like, yeah. So we started our channel, and then when The Walking Dead came around, she doesn't watch Walking Dead. I have tried. That's like one of my most asked questions, why my sister doesn't watch The Walking Dead. And the truth is she did. She used to watch it because me and my mom used to watch it. But she was younger at the time, so it just terrified her. Like, she would always put the covers over her head and just hide. She'd kind of like peek out. But like the people dying and the walkers just always eating, it was just too much for her. And she just, now that she's older, she still can't get into it. So I decided to do it on my own. I knew I couldn't capture all of it, but I wanted to capture some portion of my journey on camera. Because it's like my documentation, you know, because you don't ever get to relive those first moments again. So I was like, the camera helps me capture that. And I watch my own reaction videos, so I always like to go back and watch those. And it's just something fun for me.
All right.
And then I get to share them with everybody else. So
just a little bit narcissistic. I see some people are doing this already in the chat, but please let us know how Walking Dead came into your lives. Ms. Kayla says that she kept hearing about The Walking Dead from her ex-coworkers and didn't start watching it probably in third season on TV. Watched the first episode on Netflix before work, and I was hooked. In fact, I was getting ready for work, and she didn't want to stop watching to get ready for work, so, you know, that could have been bad. And as Kayla said, Underdog Mr. Williams got her into doing reactions. Doesn't really do TV reactions anymore, but I'm sure this would have been incredible. Ben Fed said heard about it from his teacher in 8th grade and binged it while season 6 was airing. First live episode he saw was the season 6 cliffhanger, which hell of a time to come on live.
Yeah, wow.
But yeah, anyone else want to share in the chat, please let us know. Yeah, I decided to just start, doing videos because I'm like, I look like a governor. I can call it the Governor Reacts. I actually, at the time, never seen a reaction video. I didn't know what they were. I was just like, I'm going to review them, but it's like I'm reacting to the episode as a character. So I'll call it the Governor Reacts. And my first videos were like 5-6 minutes. Just showing some screenshots of the episode and talking about it and basically insulting somebody. And it was actually Johnny Odell who got me doing regular reactions. Because I had done a review of the episode where Carl died. And I said I'm going to miss that, pudding eating motherfucker, something like that. And he actually put me at the end of the Skybound reaction, and somebody messaged me or tagged me on Facebook and said, hey, you're in this video. And I'm like, what? So I watched it and I'm like, wait, this is how people are doing reaction videos? And I'm like, I should probably do it that way. Might get more traction. And it did. So Ms. Kayla's going to do a video giving her thoughts on the season finale. Phyllis, her sister, drew her into the TWD world. Before we go too much further, and I have more questions to get with you guys, but I don't know if everyone in the chat has seen, I did a compilation of the episode 24 reactions. I did about 12 reactors, including myself. I'm thinking about doing a volume 2. Would you guys like that? Let me know in the chat. In fact, let's see if I can do a poll. Should I do volume 2? Of the finale reaction? And you can say yes. Or finale reactions compilation.
Yes or yes.
Those are your two options.
Exactly.
No, they can say no. There's yes, no, and I don't give a fuck. Those are the choices.
Pick the right answer. Y'all will know what happens when he gets mad.
That's the poll. You let me know what you think. So it's been a very, very interesting time since the show started. Who would you say, other than Rick? Rick is like, who's your favorite character among the good guys? Reina, tell us.
I don't have a favorite good guy.
I know we're going to say a favorite character. I know who it is among the bad guys, but...
I only have one favorite character.
Really?
So, I need to think about that one, because a good guy. I really loved Dale in the beginning.
Yeah, that counts. It could be dead or alive.
Yeah, dead or alive. Doesn't matter. I mean, you can choose Rosita, and she's dead.
I don't like Rosita at all. I didn't care she died either. Sorry.
I can just imagine her like watching. She's like, "Yes, finally."
Listen, to be honest, in all these seasons, I only cried once, and that was when Simon died. I never cried with any other death, not even. But favorite good guy, I'd say Herschel. Even though he started out as a massive douchebag, and I did not like him. Like, along the way he.
See, if I lived longer, I would have came around too.
Maybe. So yeah, I'd go with Herschel and Dale.
One vote for Herschel. Heads up. Oh wait, sorry. Jazz.
I gotta give it to Carol. Carol's been my girl since forever, and I was just so thrilled with that season 5, episode 1 thing that she did with Terminus. That was just everything to me, and I've loved her and seeing her transform into a complete badass from this, weak little homemaker lady at the beginning. It was just, I got to give it to Carol. Easy.
Carol's definitely a lot of people's favorite.
Yes, we love Auntie Carol.
Yes.
Just don't eat the cookies.
Well, no, don't look at her flowers.
And don't be a kid.
Tomaj, who's your favorite among the good guys?
Well, y'all see my background every week. It's Machond. She is just a beast. She's what kept me watching the show. And I just love Denai. I mean, meeting her was one of my favorite moments in life. I just love the way she portrays her characters, whether it's like Okoye or Machond, or she's been in a couple other things, but she is just amazing. Something just resonates between like me and watching her on screen. So I love her characters, and I love Michonne so much. So yeah, Michonne.
And before we talk about mine, we got some people in the chat. Busy Brun definitely agrees with you. I don't know why he's not. Oh, I know what happened. For some reason, when I went to send his email, it came back undeliverable, even though it was the same email address. So, I don't know. I guess I can. I guess he's not here. I'm not going to send the link right now. Phyllis says Daryl.
I could send him a link.
I like
Yeah,
Daryl too.
if you can send him the link, that would be awesome. Goofy says T-Dog. Who doesn't like it? Some T-Dog. Especially T-Dog likes T-Dog. Ms. Kayla is in love with Daryl Dixon. So what can you do? Barbara says Glenn. Respect to Glenn. We have Beth. Tyrese was cool. Glenn. Shiva. Oh my God. I think that's the first time I ever cried in The Walking Dead was when Shiva went. Carol from Up All Night. And how can we pick one? Dawn asks. Yeah, dog. Yeah. Hey, Devin. Welcome. You can call me Governor K right now. Yeah, Daryl. A lot of people are all about the Daryl. Me, I would have to say it's tough because I don't like a lot of the people. Like, Michonne killed my daughter. So I got a little something against that. Rick's a prick. But I never had a problem with Carol, and I always admired it. So I'm going to go with Carol. I'm going to say Carol as well. She did awesome. No worries, Devin. You're not going to get kicked out because of that. He was sorry for calling me Captain K. My alter ego. My disguise. So, favorite villain? Reina, go ahead. We know.
Simon. Okay, listen. Hear me out, y'all. Because I know almost everyone hates him. I think there was more to his character. In fact, how he died, I do not agree. I have this whole theory about it. But I mean, look. Okay, this man's sexy. Okay, I have a mad crush on this man. Like, okay.
You're talking about Simon, not Busy, because Busy just got here, right? Okay. Because, when I come into a room and I hear, oh, look at this man, he's sexy, I just think it's me.
Yeah, and she responded so quickly, so I won't take offense to it.
You're welcome. Don't tell anyone. No, Simon all the way, 100%.
All right. Busy, who is your favorite villain?
Villain, oof. Well, I want to say Negan. I feel like that's a generic answer, but like the fact that you go to hating him so, like, I hated this dude with everything in my body, and somehow I found him charming by the end of the series, and it's incredible how they do that. And it's like I rewatched the series, and then when I rewatch it, I'm like, why do I like this dude? And then once I get to, the later seasons, I'm like, that's why, like it's fun, but Negan for sure. All
right. Tomaj.
I want to go with Beta. I liked Beta. He really knew his role. He earned his role. He wasn't looking for redemption. He wasn't looking to change. He knew who he was, and he was sure of it. And, I think I think he lost his mind a bit in the end after losing his alpha, but he still, in the end, he tried to remain committed to his cause, and he fought, I guess, the best he could. But I just enjoyed him. Like, I really felt like he was the true whisperer, like even more so than Alpha. Alpha still had some humanity left, but he completely immersed himself in his role and his mask. So I really enjoyed watching him on screen. So I'm going to go with Beta.
All right. Very cool answer. Very cool answer. Jazz?
I mean, yeah, I've got to give it to Negan. It's I almost want to go with him as a good guy because he ended up being a good guy, kind of, sort of, maybe, unless you ask Maggie, of course.
Or me.
Yeah, like, come on, it's Jeffrey D. Morgan. How can it's that's why I gotta go.
JDM is a great guy. Negan can be a shitbag.
But he was funny. He made it humorous. Like, I was laughing at so much crap that he did, even though he was a complete jackass. So,
yeah,
you know.
The moment in, I think it was episode 23 when he sees the walker climbing up and he was like, what the you know, that moment had me, I don't know why I thought it was so funny, but it was very funny.
But Tomaj also brings up a good point about Beta just being bad all the way. So, yeah.
I'm going to say, I mean, other than myself, because obviously, you know, I am the best villain, in my opinion. But I'm going to go with Pamela. I mean, she had to be, like, as far as villains, she did an incredible, incredible job. She was just, you know, she made me look like a very nice person. She made Beta look, you know, kind of... just because she was so... I mean, she did her reprehensible things, but while those people were screaming at the gate, she was right there watching them. She wasn't, like, hiding in her house. She faced what she did. So she was a villain, but she owned it, you know? So I gotta say, it's kind of between her and Lance is a great villain, too. But he's just, like, slimy.
Yeah.
Couple... responses in the chat. Gladys says the governor, and thank you so much, Gladys. I appreciate your support. Ben says Alpha or Beta. Free says Simon was great. So there you go. You got some
yes
support there.
I have family.
Henry says Negan and Lance. Goofy says Shane. Shane was a good villain, though. He was kind of... You know, he transitioned from being, you know, a good guy in season 1 to a shitbag in season 2.
I mean, he was still kind of a shitbag in season 1 for, you know, doing what he did with Rick's wife. So,
well, in his defense, he figured Rick was a goner, and he'd probably always had a thing for Lori and didn't do anything about it. Dawn says, who's a better villain than Negan? Oh, yeah, Negan and Alpha. We got another Alpha, Negan. Let's see, Negan. Scott Gimple.
yeah, there you go.
There you go.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
He killed Carl. Dwight.
Still bitter about that, by the way.
I think
Dwight,
we all
absolutely.
are. Scott Gimple names here the true villains. And he also ordered the death of Shiva because he's a cheap piece of shit. Which also has the governor, cross between the governor and Negan. Yeah, Lance was great. Yeah, so a lot of love for Negan. You know, if I had, you know, this whole fucking redemption arc, I would have, you know, if I had just agreed to stay in the prison, you know, and then later on Dick would have, Rick the Dick would have died under mysterious circumstances, and I would have had to take over, you know, it would have been fine. Yeah.
You villains always want your own story to be about y'all. No. We follow the good guys.
Well,
we're
I'm
not
sorry,
doing the
I'm
savior
sorry.
story or the governor.
But no
It's
villain
the good guys.
is actually a villain in their own story.
I was just gonna say that. What if it started
I mean,
off
it
with
depends.
the
It depends on how you look at it. In ways, they all have been a villain and a good guy.
Yeah.
It
Rick
just
did
depends
some
on
stuff.
which
Rick,
story
man,
you're
right.
actually following. because at the end of everything, all that everyone ever did was protecting their own community.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
all about the point of view of how you're seeing it. Some shows do a really good job with that. Some shows,
Yeah.
clearly highlight who the bad guy is, who the good guy is. But it's cool how this show does do it. Because our group, their hands aren't clean for sure.
No.
But
Absolutely not.
We're
I mean,
still rooting
remember
for
the
Everyone's going to talk
bar
about the
that,
satellite station again.
Yep, exactly.
Nah, I'm not bringing that up.
I'm trying.
bringing that up.
I'm not going to say that the satellite station attack made our guys bad. It made our guys mercenaries. They decided to hire themselves out. They, at that point, had not talked to Daryl, did not know that they were under attack. So they were mercenaries.
No, they did know. They did know. They mentioned that they were attacked twice in Hilltop and that they heard the name Negan before. Y'all know I got my fact sheets when it come down to all
hard
this.
right now.
Y'all know I got my fact sheets when it come to this stuff, but they did mention.
All right, so they knew that Negan was out there, was a problem for the Hilltop, but they were basically doing it so Hilltop would share their food.
Right. Yeah, they thought it would be a one and done.
Rat.
Though
They thought wrong.
I do have to say, looking
Yes.
at the size of Hilltop and how much land is inside those walls that they were. I mean,
Machond is coming. I'm sorry not to interrupt. She just texted me.
all right, cool. Hey, it's fine. I'm sure we're going to be at this for a while longer. But when you look at Hilltop, the amount of land inside the walls, I don't think that they could grow enough food to support everybody, just even in that community. I mean,
They didn't have that much people.
yeah.
Are you
but
talking
they
about
didn't-
Hilltop?
I'm talking about Hilltop, the land inside, their little gardens. I mean, it takes time for this food to grow, and then it gets eaten very quickly. And they had to give half of it to the Saviors.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I think
Pretty good deal.
I don't know how logistically it was possible, but they mentioned that they had a crap ton of food and that the Saviors, I don't think that they were really hurting their supply. And they said they even gave Rick and the crew more up front than they ever did Negan's people. So they had a good stockpile. I think their community has always been really well off. Like,
But-
even after the Saviors War, they were like still prosperous and everything.
But how?
And they've been through crap. That's why I said I can't explain the logistics of it, but this is just
Yeah,
what the
I never
characters said.
understood it either because it is a small area, but there is one point when they're hiding and you just see like a big thing full of vegetables, and I'm just trying to figure out where like all that fresh, stuff came from, but I don't think they ever really showed.
I
Like,
mean, look at all the
entire-
booze that they had.
Yeah.
I mean, Gregory
Right.
had.
I
Yeah,
think
well-
Angela, when she took over, she did a great job of they did like the pan over of Hilltop, and you could see like all the crops and stuff growing. But before that, I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I think a lot of the Walking Dead writers didn't really have a concept of, how you could actually support a community, how many acres of farmland it would take, I'm not an expert, but just realizing how many farms are out there in the United States and how much that they need to grow and how it has to be processed and, that was also with The Walking Dead, The World Beyond. They had this huge community that still had electricity and seemed very prosperous.
I started watching that today.
Well, good luck.
Wait, what'd you think of it? Well, you have to tell us what you think of it so far, because I'm curious.
I saw the helicopter. I thought about you.
Oh, hello.
So much. The circles on it.
The CRM, yes.
Machond, you're only 30 minutes late.
My life is in shambles right now. Excuse me, my voice is still trying to come back too. So, because I was obviously hollering over Walking Dead all week. But yeah. Hi, Jan. Long time no see.
Yeah.
This is a bit of a reunion.
Yeah, my literally in shambles, but everything's fine.
Well, we were going to just hear what Werewolf thought of Walking Dead World Beyond. You just started watching it. You got the first.
Yeah, I only seen the first episode, and the first thing I saw was that helicopter. I was like, Tomaj.
Yes, CRM.
My
We need the lore.
My thing with Fear is I wish Fear would have been more about Jadis and less about them fucking kids that got on my damn nerves. But that's just me personally.
You mean World Beyond?
Where I
Yeah.
love kids. I be shitting on kids in the Walking Dead universe, but I really love kids in real life. But them kids be
Oh my god.
go. I was like, Jadis took Rick. These people. Okay, so why are we focused on the kids?
Right.
In
yeah,
my
I think that's why
opinion,
I kind of
season.
quit watching it too.
Yeah.
If you don't like season 1, Reina, I really like season 2. Season 2, I thought they did a much better job than they did in the first season.
But by then I was already worn out from season 1.
And
so-
most people were. That's why I'm like, dang it, they hit the mark too late.
Yeah, because I did
people
watch
already
season
dropped
2,
out.
but the entire time I'm like, I sat through season 1 for this, which is better, but not like it wasn't completely worth it to me, other than the fact that it was a Walking Dead story.
Well, they brought Fear on
Yeah.
now. Actually, today they started broadcasting Fear on our TVs, so now I'm gonna catch up on that as well.
I'm sorry.
So
At least you got some new content to get you over, though.
Well, I do have to say that but my point is, in the world beyond, they had this great community, very nice, but I didn't see any farms. How were they getting food? That was my thought. 10 years.
that was what I was thinking when I saw that helicopter and everything. I was like, okay, so we've not seen this until like season 9 of The Walking Dead. We saw one helicopter. Where the hell did they get all this stuff from?
Right. Yeah.
I've only seen World Beyond like twice, but I believe the main CRM state, they didn't say where it was, they do drops, and I think they had to support these communities because I don't think they can stand on their own.
Well, that's no good.
Yeah, but as for Commonwealth,
what if they are a part of Commonwealth? Like it turns out in the World Beyond that it's like
it was
one
a
of
missed
the parts.
opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could've
It
been.
was a missed opportunity. The main show just didn't want much CRM connection, but I was asking for it, but they don't let me write for the show. So.
I remember
by the
everyone
way-
thinking that there was going to be a huge war between the CRM and the Commonwealth for
That
the
would
last
be
season.
great.
That was like one of the
Yeah.
biggest
That
things.
should be like a movie. That should be like,
I
such a
think it
Walking
should
Dead
be.
movie.
Too bad
I
we're
have
not
a
getting
That's
that
when they
movie.
should bring all the cast back, and then just do like a big.
I
I
think
feel
Or a
like-
miniseries.
I think
Do
the
different stuff.
CRM soldiers can actually fight and whoop your ass. So
Yeah, they seemed well trained. The poll is through in the chat. Out of 36 vote, we have. I started doing a volume 2 of the finale reaction compilation. We got 91% said yes. I don't give a fuck said 5%, and no is at 2%. So I guess I'll do it. Of course, Machond, you don't have a reaction video, do you?
to what?
To the finale.
So even though I saw it live at the finale event, I asked, and they said I should just do a rewatch, which I did do, and I should be getting that up soon, maybe in a couple of days, definitely within the next few days. But yeah, I did a rewatch.
All right, send it to me as soon as you got it, because I'll put you in the compilation volume 2.
And I was crying like I hadn't already seen it. It was good though.
Well, if you saw the one, Seska Cries is the new title of her
She be
channel.
crying too. I feel her. She be crying too. I'm always. Did I miss anything good in my lateness and my tardiness?
Well, we talked a lot about stuff like, so who's your favorite good guy character on the show? Since we didn't get to hear from you.
I would say Glenn because he was too good. He was too good for us.
Glenn was precious. All right, we ain't gonna cry. No crying.
And who is your favorite of the villains?
We didn't have some. I mean, saying Jeffrey, is that cheating? Because y'all know I love Jeffrey. That's cheating. Is that cheating?
That's what I did.
Cheating. I love Jeffrey.
I felt like I was cheating with it too, though. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeffrey
He's the-
doesn't get you on a live stream as like someone does.
He was the only redeemable one. That's what made him different. But like, if we really don't get in our villain bag, Alpha was the most just out there. But yeah, I would have to say Jeffrey because we love Jeffrey over here.
I had picked Beta.
Beta was literally out of his mind, and he was not.
Yeah.
He was about it for real.
He was a true villain and didn't change his ways. Wasn't looking the other way. He knew what he was. So that's what I thought.
Yeah, and he wasn't nothing to talk about at all. He was-
So how many people want this Half Moon album to be put out with him actually singing on it.
Honestly,
No,
I'm not.
thank you.
Well, one of the supply
Music, so, you know.
came with a record of one or two of his songs, but I don't have a record player, so I can't play it.
I saw that on sale. I have a record player and I was tempted, but I was like, no, I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah, I can't do nothing with it.
I haven't heard it, but I do want a full album just because I think it'd be great for the whole fandom.
There's these things called torrents. No, I didn't say that. But I'm sure you could somehow find that music online. Someone's put it online.
Sure, it's on YouTube somewhere, honestly.
Yeah.
More than likely. All right. So, we've talked about heroes and villains. So, of the storylines that they've had, what has been your favorite and what has been your least favorite? So, let's start with favorite. Was it coming into Alexandria? Was it the governor and the prison? Was it the farm? You know, what was your favorite season? Let's go with that. Favorite season,
5.
and we'll talk least favorite. 5? And why?
Mine would be. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Also, undisputedly, my favorite season is 5 because my little brother was watching Walking Dead, and this was when season 5 was live on TV, and I was like, "What the fuck is you watching?" And I was tapped in. He was like, "You can't just start right here. You got to go back and watch all of it." So it's season 5 for me. This and damn near all of my favorite people. It's season 5, hands down. Season 5. We had the squad. It was about 12 or 13 of us. We had Abraham. We had a squad in season 5. That's when we were
No, that was our group in the prime. Yeah.
Definitely. So season 5. And Busy, you said 5 as well?
Yeah. I think it's hard when I think about it, but I think when I do think of my favorite, it just ends up I think of 5 due to the most memorable moments.
Yep.
You know, the season premiere is probably one of my favorite season premieres of the entire show. Yeah, just everything there. I mean, I don't know. I think season 5 just stands out for me. Just everything about it.
All right. Who wants to go next?
I can go. Mine is actually 6. I really love 6, and it's just because there was so much happening that season, and kind of like the same thing with season 5. Our group was together. We didn't really lose nobody up until like the very last few seconds of that season, but like there was just so much between like the Walker horde, the wolves attacking, then dealing with the saviors in the beginning, and then Rishon happened finally. It was just so amazing, and there were so many great character moments and just a lot happening overall. So I think that is still my favorite season to date.
All right. Jazz?
5, definitely. Again, mostly because of the season premiere for that season. I mean, that was just perfection to me. But yeah, like y'all said, it has so many memorable things about it in that year. We had everybody together. It was wonderful.
Werewolf?
7 and 8 were my favorite. I just love the Savior's arc, and honestly,
Wow.
I think the episode where Glenn and Abraham died, I do think that's one of the best episodes I have ever seen. I loved everything about it. So yeah, and I just love the Saviors forever.
All right. You are probably in a minority grouping, but I'm sure there's other people who like that.
Nah, I think the
I mean,
episode was
it-
super well done, but it's just depressing
Yeah.
to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But the acting, everything in that, like just seeing Jeffrey Dean Morgan and the way like his on-screen presence, like the introduction to Negan was one of the best introductions to a character I've seen, just period.
I
So,
just
yeah,
think the commercials
agreed.
and stuff around it were the best. Like they brought out these little pieces with everyone out there, and you were guessing for weeks who was
Yeah.
gonna be it.
Yeah,
And it was just a lot of suspense, and that's what I liked about it,
Yeah.
because I feel like that's on one of the only seasons that they actually did that. Like you kind of could have tell somewhere who was gonna die, and here you had no idea because it could have literally been anyone.
I feel like
I
when
really-
you're gonna
Sorry.
say like that the finale, or when you're gonna say that episode is your favorite, you got to make sure you say why it's your favorite. because considering what happens, like
Oh,
I don't know,
I
it's
didn't
just such
care
a
about
crazy
Glenn or
thing.
Abraham. I didn't.
You know, she's
Wow.
See, she's made that clear. She doesn't care about none of the good guys. So.
She's a Simon Stan.
I just really appreciated the fact that they kind of sort of somewhat veered off the comics for that storyline and did two instead of just the one.
Yeah.
The suspense in that episode was obviously, we've never had a more suspenseful moment in Walking Dead history. And Negan wasn't going in order. So even being there, they couldn't even guess who he was going to get.
I don't think I felt more suspense in any show than I did with that. That, especially from going from the season 6 finale and that lineup, that was probably the most scared I have ever been because I just didn't know. And they had everybody there. Everybody but Carol and Morgan.
All of the favorites were there except Carol. Literally everybody was there.
See, I watched that scene with my brother, and it was just so funny because they don't show who dies in the beginning of the episode. They don't really do any of that. And then there's a part where Rick is thinking of what happened, and then it shows a scenario where everyone got hit with the bat.
Yeah.
So my brother was my brother thought everyone died for a second, and he was like what? And
well, Negan could go back and do it again.
It was crazy.
He would.
He would have killed everybody. But for me, I mean, obviously season 3 holds a very near and dear place in my heart, particularly, when I appear. But beyond that, if I was going to choose one that did not involve me, I'd actually say 9. 9 was a great, because 7 and 8 to me were very, and no offense to you, Reina,
None taken.
7, the first part of 7 was very depressing, and it just seemed like the same thing over and over again with, the same conflict that they had with Woodbury, they had now with the Saviors. It was slightly different. I mean, there were some good episodes in there, but 9 was in fact, even the saturation of the show, the color was just brighter. It was just, when Angela Kang took over, it changed the whole show. And that was such a breath of fresh air, I gotta say.
I feel like it was perfect timing, though, considering right after the people that have been tormenting them for, such a long time. It just was such a perfect change of direction. Yeah, because it was supposed to be a whole new life. We had a Rick with the short hair, old man Rick. And, for the entire tone of the, whether it was, the way, the brightness or whatever it was just, they did a great job with it.
It was supposed to be honoring Carl's death. We were supposed to be all kumbaya, and the Saviors was like, fuck you.
Well, we got a lot in the chat. Season 5 or 9, season 4, a lot for 5, season 5, 6, and 9.
My favorite storyline is the farm, period. But
yeah,
we do got some love for the season 2.
That moment when Sophia came out of the barn,
legendary.
Oh man. See, I love those episodes, but for some reason when I do find myself just watching from a certain point, I start either in season 4 or season 5. And it's not that I don't like any of the earlier seasons, it's just depressing knowing that half those characters didn't make it to the end. So it's I hate watching it knowing where they're trying to be a better person, we know that's not going to go anywhere, or where we see this happening to this person, we know that's not going anywhere. It's just depressing.
All this development and then
exactly.
I got another vote for me as the best villain. Thank you so much. We actually talked about that before. I think Pamela, just because she makes me look good.
Joan froze.
Yeah.
Either that or she's just gaping. She's frozen. Hopefully she will return in a moment.
Oh, wait, I froze. Rick's uniform is still there at Herschel's house in the drawer, as far as we know.
Well, wasn't there a fire, though? Bit of a fire?
No, not Herschel's house.
Just the barn.
Just the barn. I mean...
way down there. And the walkers was chasing us off the land, so I'm like, the walkers didn't attack us, but I'm sure people have gotten in there at this point. But
yeah.
And they're like, what the fuck's this uniform? Well, it's clothes, we'll put it on. Yeah, that would be interesting. All right, what season's your least favorite?
7, 8, 7, 8, 7. It was so like people. I don't think I'm gonna bring up Glenn any chance I get. I don't think people understand how that. That is why I started recording reaction videos. I had already considered it, and then I was so mad. Like when I tell y'all, I was tore down from Glenn being dead. I was fucked up the whole 7, 8, and then Andy had the nerve to leave me. On top of that, I was just starting to fake heal from Glenn. 7. So bad. Ooh, we was down bad in 7. Ooh.
Which, before we move on to everyone else's, we actually asked this of Self and Tomaj, but Busy and Machond, what inspired you to start actually making reaction videos? So,
I watch TV.
You watch TV? That's a very deadpan answer. That sounded almost like RJ.
I talk about I'm one of them people where if you watch TV with me, you're annoyed. Bitch, shut up. I have to talk. Like, I'm sorry.
I will never watch TV with you.
Yeah, I'm that person.
I've always wanted to make like videos to entertain people. I've always like joking around, just talking in general, And I never watched reaction videos, but I know plenty of people that did. And after I started like watching a lot of television when I was like in 2015 around that time. So that's when I picked up The Walking Dead around that time and all that stuff. So I got into television like heavy. So I was like, I love television. I know a lot about a lot of the shows that I watch. So if I'm gonna do something like this, I might as well just make a channel where I can just talk about these shows because I was seeing people making reactions. They were doing well. And so right out of high school, I ended up making a channel. And at first I just did reviews, but then I ended up doing reactions. And since The Walking Dead was like my favorite show at the time, it was like the first show that I wanted to do because I did like a review for the Rick episode, the last episode of Rick. And then I remember seeing Johnny Odell's like reaction comp and all that, and just seeing everyone going nuts for that episode. That video did so well, like his video, and I remember thinking like yo, like why not make my own? I can make jokes. I can be funny if I want to be. Like why not? Let's try it. And I think I can be amusing at times. So I ended up
you
just
keep
putting it
thinking
together.
that. You keep thinking.
Keep thinking that, yeah.
I had to watch your reaction for this compilation. I gotta say, the fact that you were half laughing, half crying through most of 24.
It's a coping mechanism. I don't like. Yeah, it's like I know since I know it's a show and they're just so friggin' good at it. I can't bring myself to cry because I'm like that's just not how I was always raised to like cry always. So it's just like knowing that they're that close to putting me on the edge. I just couldn't help but like laugh because I'm like, oh, these bastards! Like, what are they doing to me? Like, I shouldn't be feeling this way over something that's not real, So I end up finding myself kind of giggling during moments like that, and it's just something that I got to learn how to get out of because a lot of people will ask me like they're like, bro, why are you laughing? Like this character just got like mauled or like they're not here no more, and it's just how it is.
Yeah, I went to see Les Mis on the big screen, the movie of Les Mis.
So sorry.
And no, it was actually
Russell Crowe, I'm so sorry.
Well, Russell Crowe, yeah. I mean, that made me cry just by itself. But I mean, the other performances were so good, and I'm there, and my friend Bina's there, and her husband, who's from Guinea, is looking at us, and we're like bawling our eyes out at the appropriate parts, and when Russell Crowe sang, and he's like, "Why are you crying for these fictitious characters?" He couldn't understand it, and it's like, well,
that end of that. Oh my god.
This is kind of on track with that, but a little bit different. But with Rant, every time Angel dies, I just bawl like a little baby every time.
Listen, don't even bring up
when Buffy puts this. Yeah, that
no,
body.
For Rant, it's also a musical.
Okay, I thought you were talking about Angel from Buffy because Buffy's made me cry a couple times.
You know what gets me every time? Mufasa. Let's not talk about that.
Yes. I still can't watch The Lion King.
All right, Busy.
It's terrible.
Let's get back on track here. Least favorite season.
I want to say 7 and 8, but the thing is, it's like I feel like those seasons are a lot better when you're binging them. because I remember watching it live and I did have trouble. Like I remember I just found myself on my phone or I just found myself missing certain things. I just wasn't 100%, attached to it because of the commercials. Everything was just throwing me off. And then when I like did my rewatch, I found myself burning through it, just enjoying I feel like the pace because I don't know, like with AMC Plus, I don't know if AMC Plus was around or whatever it was, but I know without commercials, I would have burned through it.
We were getting them on Thursday, not a week before. We were getting them on Thursday instead of Sunday.
Even for season 8 and 7?
I remember always getting them on Thursday.
So I probably didn't have AMC Plus at the time because but I mean, I feel as though watching it like on Netflix and burning through it that way ended up being a lot more enjoyable. So I think it's all about pacing, but yeah.
Yeah, and definitely, when you have to wait a week between, and it's over a 8-week period that you see, Negan grinding his heels into Rick Grimes' balls. It gets a little bit painful after a while to watch 8 weeks of that.
Especially for like the first few episodes, it was like, or whatever it was constantly just Negan letting Rick know that he's like, you're my bitch, basically. Like it was like whenever Rick thought he had like an upper hand, it was just Negan like smacking him back, and just having Rick kind of roll over on his back, showing his belly. And it was just I felt like it was just repetitive of that. Just Negan just constantly spitting in his face saying, yeah, you're my bitch. You're my bitch. That's basically how I saw it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it after a while. I was like, bro, like Rick, we saw you bite someone's neck out like a season ago or whatever. And now you're over here like wagging your tail for this dude. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
I kind of want Negan and Rick to reunite because Negan was so obsessed with Rick. Like he would be looking at that man like this, just licking his. You want to kiss him? Like
they were obsessed with each other.
I can see Judith sweet talking Negan. Like, nah, he saved my life like on several occasions. He's cool now. Like, Like...
He really do like Rick, and I swear, if he didn't like, if he respected Rick, even though he wanted Rick to be his bitch, you could still tell he respected Rick as a man, or he would have just killed him. I mean, come on, look what he did to Spencer.
Oh my God, yeah.
Spencer.
I rewatch that scene every now and then.
My
like,
mistake, you do have guts.
Yeah.
There they are.
It's Spencer Breezy. He deserved it though. But Negan is so obsessed with Rick.
Wait, was that the same episode he was eating spaghetti? Or is that not?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
I don't think he ate the spaghetti after he did it.
Shout out to Olivia for slapping the shit out of Negan. That's top Walking Dead scenes too.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Tomaj, your least favorite season?
I think for me, it'd probably be 8. And my main selfish reason is because Machond's like missing from half of that season, but it's mainly because she was filming Black Panther. So I couldn't be mad at it, but at the time I remember like, oh, when is Machond coming back? Yeah, and plus like the dialogue wasn't there. It just felt long. It was like 16 weeks of just miscellaneous action that's not really getting us anywhere. It felt like it should have been wrapped up in about 8 episodes. And then I feel like what we got in like the first few episodes of season 9 with like what comes after and trying to build the bridge between all the communities should have been more of the back half of 8. But I just feel like season 8 was just a bit too dragged out with the war. But that's what I think.
You're right.
I feel that.
All right, Jazz.
Probably a tie between I will just say 8. I mean, we lost Carl, we lost Rick, we lost Machond.
No, we didn't lose Rick till 9/5.
Yeah,
it was still difficult, so
789 was hard. Ooh, we was going through it. Shit.
Season 9.
So many people that we cared about, and I remember like for the longest time I could not stand Carl. I thought, when is this kid gonna die already? Jeez.
Or at least stay in the fucking house.
And then I start liking him, and then they kill him off. It's like, you guys, come on, what are you doing?
It's so upsetting.
All right, Werewolf.
Knowing that we're at the end, man.
This is gonna be interesting because I know it's not gonna be 7 or 8. Least favorite season.
It is 8 and 9. 8 because
they lost.
Simon died. I hated that. I cried for 3 days. I was really upset. I was really depressed that he died, only because I still think it's not fair because Dwight's still alive, and because Dwight, everything went to shit. if Negan had listened to Simon, Sanctuary would have still been there. That's how I see it. But I see it of a different point of view. With Alpha and everything, I thought that was dragged out too long. I couldn't get into it at all. I think I hated the seasons with Alpha the most because for me that was the longest season ever. Like until they finally caught her and like killed her. Me and my husband were like kind of starting to lose interest in it because it took too long. Because how can they've been through so much and so many big guys already? How can you not like defeat someone like that so easily? Because if you look at it, Alpha wasn't that strong because the only thing she used was the walkers and the people around her, because most of all she kept her hands kind of clean. So yeah, I thought that was really dragging. Like 9, 10 were not my favorite ones.
Alpha was definitely all about the psychological warfare. She wasn't gonna fight you, but she gonna fuck you up.
Yeah, I think part of why that was
watching.
I think part of why that was so hard too was because the lack of guns at the time, and they had to fight hand to hand. It was so hard not knowing which walkers were whispers, so they always had to be careful. But that's why I would always tell people, like, they'd be like, "Oh, Negan killed Alpha. He saved everybody." No,
He
they
did.
still had
Yes,
to
he
deal with the
did.
Horde. But they still had to deal with the Horde. They still had to deal with Beta. They had one. They took out one person. We still
Made
had
Beta like 10 times
other-
more dangerous.
Yeah, we
I
had
mean-
several other threats to deal with. Like Alpha, I don't know. In my head, Alpha just was never the problem. We could take any human. It's the Horde. The Horde is the problem without
Nah,
destroying our
Alpha
communities and everything.
Alpha being around was actually a good thing because her knowing Lydia was at Alexandria was preventing her from sending the the Horde. So as soon as somebody got their hand up.
I just wanted to say nothing pissed me off. I actually love the whisper thing just because it just gave us something different. And they actually got a backstory episode, which was nice. Henry is what was pissing me the fuck off.
Oh yeah.
Henry.
Go home.
The only thing I liked about 10, I think, was we had snow.
Yeah, the one snow episode. Yeah.
That was end of 9, actually.
Yeah,
Last episode
that was
of
the
9.
finale of 9 because before that was the what should have been the end of the season should have been the Pikes, and then we had like one episode after that, and they decided
the calm before was 15, the storm was 16.
Right.
But I liked the touch of that. That was good.
Yeah, there was a moment where they're playing in the snow that was super sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a good kind of change of pace considering that we saw some of our favorite characters with their heads on a stick in episode beforehand. So
yeah, Tara wasn't a good soldier, so fuck her.
Which episode was that when Negan
still holding her grudge?
Negan ran to save Judith? Was that which episode?
That was 16, season 9.
Yeah, that was in the snow.
Because she chased a dog and he chased her.
And nobody gave a fuck. They all looked at Judith run and was like,
they're like, hold on, like we can't let go. Yeah.
Fucking bunch of wimps. I don't know. My least favorite season. I mean, I actually found the farm to be very slow. You know,
True.
I was not that fond of season 2. So, you know,
It was season 2. Like that season relied heavily on dialogue and character interactions, and that's when I think the dialogue was some of the greatest, because like when you compare that to season 8 where there were barely any coherent conversations about anything, it's like season 2 stands out in that aspect. But season 8 or whatever had more action and things like, so it's like I feel like each season has a strong point, and finding a good balance between them is like the important part. So
you notice as the series went on, people became less good at communicating with each other. It's like this all could be cleared up if you just talk to fucking each other and say what you mean instead of expecting the person to get it. Just after a while it was annoying. It's like just because civilization has crumbled doesn't mean you can't speak in a civilized fashion and communicate. Well, Machond was going to say something, and I just...
well, it's fine. I feel like people, like, most people, when they say their favorite seasons of Walking Dead, it's going to be the first half of the series and not necessarily the back half. I think that's just because our people were together. As the show, we were just more separated in different places or captured or wherever we was at. And that's why every time we come together, we be like, yeah. So maybe that's why.
When they're together, they're very difficult to stop. Though I gotta say that the reason I think they stopped ended it on 11. I mean, there was actually a comment on I think the reaction compilation that said they hate how Jerry was sidelined. They had so many characters, and everyone wanted to see their characters doing stuff. And when you have that large of a cast, it's very difficult. You know, you have to keep up with Mercer, you got to keep up with Pamela, but there's Jerry, there's Aaron, there's Ezekiel, there was just so many people. That
I remember that being a reason. That's a reason why we lost Jesus when we did. It was because I believe Tom was like, "If you're not going to use me, then just let me go." Because
he was
Jesus
bored.
was supposed to be like one of the most badass characters, and we never got to really see him do anything super cool.
Yeah, and he had the opportunity to get like a starring role in like a show, so he took that.
See, that Angela, when she took over, she like tried to focus on like the main characters, and everybody else really got. And she did, and that's what she had to do. She had to take all the other B characters and kind of put them in the back line, really, and focus on the ones everybody really loved. Whereas Scott Gimple, he gonna give a whole Wolf a storyline, and he gonna make sure everybody gets some time to shine. Like, Eastman got a whole episode, him and his dang goat. Like, Scott Gimple gonna give everybody in that screen time.
That's one thing. Oh yeah, and that's so forgettable too. Like, I always forget
really
about that.
I totally forgot about him and his goat.
And the thing is, it's it's kind of depressing because it's like a lot of people stopped either after Glenn or after Rick. And then they are like,
Carl.
oh, The Walking Dead still, or after Carl, and they're like, oh, The Walking Dead's still going on, even though season 9, 10, and 11, I had no problem. I thought I thought it was amazing, considering that season 7 and 8 weren't like my favorite, and I often hear people say 7 and 8 were not their favorites. So it's like, considering 9, 10, and 11, I feel as though it was great. It was great. It's just upsetting that a lot of people weren't able to sit through it,
Well, I think you have a point of like when you said you were like when you're able to rewatch it and binge it all together at once, as opposed to having to wait weeks at a time. That has a lot to do with it. I do remember thinking season 5 was super slow for me at first too. Watching it, I'm like, this is horrible. Like, when are they all going to get back together and reunite? And then finally, like, it happened. But rewatching it wasn't as bad as I remember it being when I was watching it for the first time. The next episode.
Excuse me, I think Tomaj is giving me its flu. Go on.
No, I'm done.
They've been some of my most depressing moments watching Walking Dead period was when Rick left and obviously when Queen and I left. Even though it absolutely broke my heart, I will say the one benefit of that is it did open up the show some more, and now we get some extra shit outside of it. So even though they chose to leave, I'm happy they didn't kill them, because that would have just been fucking stupid. But they did open up the show and give us some time with the people that we love that we still had. So I be sad about Andy and Denai leaving us, but I'm like, well, it did open the show up and give us some more shit, so I'm not going to complain. So I actually did like that. And we got to focus more on people who we already had that didn't get as much screen time because Rick and Machond wasn't there.
Tomaj, you were trying to say something?
Oh, yeah. I was going to say most people like that quit the show don't even have a legit reason. They only go to, Glenn died or Carl died or Rick died. That's not a real reason. You are upset, but that's not a gripe at the show. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they don't have an excuse as in, I didn't like the writing, or like, I didn't like how the storyline, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't really dive into why they just stopped watching. It's kind of like a lot of people jumped on the bandwagon, like, oh yeah, Glenn died, let's quit the show, or, you know what I mean? Like, I got to give us a shout out because we didn't stuck through some shit. Like, we didn't been through the ups and downs, and we like, kudos to everybody that stuck around. Because I feel like a lot of people that quit, they weren't legit.
It's like,
if you're a fan of the comics, you would probably know that Glenn was going to get it. So
Though them
That argument's
getting,
kind of invalid.
though them doing Abraham first, you might have been like, "Is Glenn gonna
Oh,
live?
he's
Are they
saved.
changing it?"
It's
Yeah.
still
I know,
Daryl's fault.
still.
That's so messed up. I feel like they knew what they were doing there. They're like, oh, let the fans think they're safe for a couple
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
I was heard that it was Abraham, but I'm like, Abraham gonna ride for us, and he sacrificed himself. So I'm on cloud nine thinking Glenn is safe. Like, Mom.
His last words are the most memorable words ever. His last words right before he passed
Suck
were
my
the
nuts.
most memorable.
find you.
Yeah, absolutely love that.
There's two kinds of people: suck my nuts and Maggie. I will find you. There's two kinds of people.
I will find you.
Oh man.
R.I.P. to Glenn.
Oh man.
Yes.
Yeah, it was. There have been some tough scenes, and yeah, it's had some ups and downs. Do we want to move on to some trivia now, or
Jack is here.
I'm ready.
Jack is here?
I know. I said, yeah, I want to move on because he's not here. He remembers everything.
I can only do a few questions because it's going on 4:30 for me, so I'm only gonna stick around for a couple and actually.
Let me see if I have a whiteboard.
Yes, Machond, get some paper or a whiteboard or something so you can hold your answer up.
So we got to write them down. Can't like say, oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say, because that's kind
Is
of.
it A, B, and C and D on Tomaj?
It's not. Most of these are not multiple choices. Either you know it or you don't.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
So how are we gonna work this for the people in the chat?
The chat gets the very last question. So I will read 5 questions, and you guys will give me 5 answers. The first person with all of the answers right, or
The most.
most of the answers right, will win a gift card. So you'll reach out to me on either like Twitter or some social media that we have in common, and I will send it to you in a DM. It'll be to the Walking Dead Universe store.
Okay.
Very appropriate. So these
Yes.
first couple questions, you can play along in the chat, but these won't count. We will tell you when it counts, right? Is that what we're doing?
Correct.
So we write everything down
I'm gonna be
already,
so bad at
or
this, you
and,
guys.
and do it at the end, or what's the?
Well, he's going to ask a
What's up?
question. We're going to write down our answers, and then we're going to all show our answers and see who's an idiot and who is not.
No cheating.
Yeah, we're us on the panel. We're playing for fun.
We're playing for fun, and right now so the people in the chat, we're doing 5 questions now, or we're going to wait till later on.
Get out
The
of
chat's going last.
Okay,
The chat's going last. You guys, I'll ask one question at a time because you
All right.
guys got to write them down.
All right, but then we're going to ask 5 questions later on.
Yes, to the chat, and
To
then
the
they'll
chat.
have some time to.
But they can play
Answer
along
the
with this one too if they want.
Yeah, you guys could definitely answer along in the chat.
Don't be cheating.
Definitely.
Read the chat. No cheating.
I'm not going to look at
Yes,
the chat.
no-
I'm ready.
All right. When everybody's ready, let me
Let's
know.
go.
All right. Some of these are hard, y'all. So if y'all don't know it, y'all just gonna have to give it a good guess. But if nobody gets it, then I'll move on to an easier question on the card. All right. The first one is, what does Jesus pour on the ground to make a trail to the Savior's headquarters?
Crap.
Oh, wait. I don't remember.
The hint is it's a food item, obviously.
I don't remember.
I'm
I
going to
don't
make a guess.
Read it again. That was a good one.
Food out.
What does Jesus pour on the ground to make a trail to the Savior's headquarters? So if y'all remember, he was in the back of the truck. He snuck in. What was he pouring on the ground to leave a trail?
I don't remember.
All right, when everybody has it, we'll hold it
It's
up.
gonna be so wrong, but I'm gonna do it for Carl.
It's hard to see mine.
Reina, hold your answer down a little bit. I can't see. Pudding. Governor, I can't see yours. I'm sorry. Salt. You said salt.
Yeah.
Machond, hold yours up a little bit. Sorry, my camera's like minutes ago.
Wine.
Why? Nope. Reina got it right. It was syrup.
Oh shit!
I said
I was
molasses.
gonna say syrup too. Shit.
Were you
Okay.
able to read mine, or was it too dark? Was it too all over the place?
Well, yeah. What is molasses? What is that?
It's like syrup, but it's not syrup. So sorry.
That's
Good
not
try,
syrup.
buddy.
No, I just wanted to make sure that
okay.
he was able to read it because it's like very thin and the lighting's awful.
Yeah, it was like too many letters and doesn't look like syrup. So.
And I'm just gonna. Yeah, we got a couple people who retracted, but syrup was a few people got that.
I just took a guess. I didn't remember.
Me neither. I didn't have a clue.
I didn't. I was gonna put shit, but you know.
I was like, if you're gonna leave a trail, it's gonna have to be something thick. You use a liquid,
Right,
it's most likely gonna dry. Salt, the wind most likely will take it. I don't know. I was just thinking of something that would stay there.
Oh, molasses wouldn't go nowhere. It'd stick.
Yeah.
All right. Next one. What martial art did Eastman teach Morgan?
Oh, I used to know this. I don't anymore.
I have the book on it.
These are crazy.
I don't know if this is the right answer, but I'm taking a shot in the dark.
I don't know how to write it
I
correctly,
know it's
but
wrong,
All right.
I said jujitsu.
No, I don't think it's any of those.
Yeah, I don't.
Just put yours down a little bit, Jazz, for me.
She said Taekwondo.
Taekwondo.
No. Busy Machond, y'all got an answer?
Oh hell no! I'm not even gonna
Someone
waste
said
a piece of
A couple
paper.
people in the chat said Aikido.
Yep, the chat's got it right. It's
That's what it was.
Aikido.
Yeah. Okay.
I took Hapkido, which is like
Your camera.
Aikido.
I got the dope
All right.
part right.
Oh shit, where'd my camera go?
So Reina's still in the lead with 1 point. I will ask an easier question on the same card. What are Nicholas's final words to Glenn, which are also the same name of the episode title?
Oh,
Wait. Are we supposed to hold it up? I'm just gonna.
You're gonna write it down, yeah. You gotta hold it up.
Hold it up now or wait?
What? Wait till he says hold it up.
What was the question, Tomaj? Did you
What?
put up for me?
What is Nicholas's final words to Glenn? It also happens to be the same title of the episode. His last words to Glenn. Nicholas.
That's cheating.
And hold them up when you're ready.
I think it's this.
oh, I know this is not right, but I'm gonna go with this.
It's gonna only be one of
Ooh,
these.
no, it's thank you. So
Oh,
Reina has it right and Machond has it right.
Why the hell would he say thank you before blowing his brains
Because
out?
Glenn saved him so many times, but he was still a bitch anyway. That's why. Glenn
Oh,
was
well.
too-
And in the chat, let's take a look. We got a bunch of people saying thank you. Of course, they could be copying the first person who said thank you. But, you
Well,
know,
we'll know when they get one of them wrong.
and the first person gets it wrong, and then everyone gets it wrong. Then we know. All right.
Exactly. Reina's in the lead with 2 points. Machond's in runner-up for 1 point. All right.
And just like whose line is it anywhere? The points don't matter.
Right. Okay. What was Bob's profession before the outbreak?
Does that have to be very specific? Or can we just
If you're close enough, I'll give it to you.
okay, because I know what he did. Okay.
Y'all can hold it up.
I don't even know what that says.
Close enough, close enough. We should we say, Machond? Army. Reina, what you got? Yeah, Army medics. Everybody got that one.
woohoo! On the board.
Sorry, I don't write that fast.
That's why he was drinking. That man had PTSD. That's
I'm
why he
surprised you're able to see mine. I mean, my pen's just not dark.
drinking all that damn coffee.
All right. And in the chat, let's see. Who did we get? A bunch of people. Army medic, combat medic. I don't know what that means. He was in the Army. Yeah. Cody
tried to
says
give
these
y'all
are
easier
easy.
ones.
So, you know.
Bacon meats, y'all.
Oh, they easy. Oh, okay.
I don't think they're easy, but Cody says they're easy.
Okay,
really?
let me up the ante then.
You better make
Oh,
a
no.
motion in the chat.
No.
Don't hold it up.
Which
Hold it up.
Which prison council member first came down with the flu after Karen and David's death?
Oh.
Oh my god.
It happened fast.
Oh my god. That's
After
gonna kill
who?
me.
Oh, what was his name?
It says which prison council member first came down with the flu after Karen and David's death?
Oh.
This is hard.
I don't know.
Everybody got sick, but I don't know what order.
Right?
I don't remember what order. So can I just guess?
You have
Guess
to
a character. And we'll hold it up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. Wait, what's your say, Governor?
No.
I don't fucking know.
Oh, you could have guessed the character. The correct answer was Sasha.
Yes.
Oh.
So Jazz, Reina, Paul, I got you.
I started to say Sasha.
I wasn't in the prison.
Right.
I was on walkabout.
Sasha was sick as a dog too. She was sick.
And in the chat, let's see who got what. We got Sasha, Glenn, can't remember, Doc Guy, Doctor Guy.
I thought you meant the
Peter.
first person that got sick at first.
Peter?
And I couldn't remember his name. I was thinking of I was gonna say his name from Everybody Hates Chris. What's the dude?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah, that guy. I forgot his name.
Who
too.
was Peter? Was there a Peter in there?
It's Noah.
Are they talking about Peter Griffin?
Noah? Is that right? No,
Yeah,
no, no.
Noah on the show.
No, the he had a sidekick in that show who also appeared in The Walking Dead. And
Oh, yeah. I
the
don't know that
the
guy's
kid
name.
with glasses.
I think his real
yeah.
name was Vincent, though. But I
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
think
yeah,
of-
yeah, yeah, yeah. See, I can't even think of the show name. That's killing me.
All right.
All right, sorry, my thing died.
Oops.
Now, how easy was that one?
It was not.
Not really.
It wasn't.
Pretty easy.
That
Everybody
one wasn't that bad.
sick like he was
Okay.
bad.
This one says, okay, at the high school, what does Shane find in the police car to distract the herd of walkers?
It's a what was some things called?
Can you say it one more time with Tomaj?
Yes. At the high school, what does Shane find in the police car to distract the herd of walkers?
I know this ain't right, but let's go.
Show it up yet. You ain't supposed to show it up yet.
Don't put it up yet.
Okay, fine.
When
I
you're
don't
know.
you say when you're ready. You have to tell us when to show.
right. Hold them up.
Yes, that's what it's actually called. But yeah, this. I couldn't think of the actual word.
Fire
Wait,
sprinkler.
The light
Fire
thing is
sprinkler?
like dynamite, but it's not dynamite. The light.
Talking about
She means
I know what
flares,
you
but
mean.
she doesn't know what they're called.
everybody but Jazz. Sorry, Jazz, it was not a sign.
Fine. I knew it was gonna be wrong anyway.
Remember when our people used to always have flares and flare guns?
What I want to know is how and why Daryl ended up driving away in the finale. It's like, you're gonna go find gas 20 minutes down the road. Okay, bro.
Someone said brick, but flares or some major consent
And then they thought they were safe. And when
consensus.
they tried to come back with a little trailer thing, but all middle school supplies and the walkers were just right there.
Well, they got to go to Fear the Walking Dead, get some gas
Yeah, exactly.
when they're still at it.
How many questions do we have, Tomaj?
I was playing first to 10. You're at 5 in the lead, so you're halfway.
Okay, then I'll leave after 10. Because I'm on lead. I don't want to leave right now. Come on.
right? All right.
In that episode.
What herbs did Herschel gather to help combat the flu?
Oh, I got some at the house right now.
Yep. I've been drinking this.
Don't show
Not
it
yet,
yet.
not yet.
You're like writing it, then you're showing it, and some of us haven't even written down stuff.
Oh gosh.
I didn't hear the question because everybody was screaming.
What herbs did Herschel gather to help combat the flu?
Oh, herb. Crap. Maybe not.
Herb did Herschel use?
What herbs did Herschel gather to help combat the flu?
I'm ready, and I'm sure mine's wrong.
I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm not so confident.
All
in my
right,
answer
hold him up.
but I'll still go with this.
Governor, what in the world did that say?
The Colonel's special recipe. All the herbs and spices that go into Kentucky Fried Chicken.
I'm dead. Busy what you don't know, busy.
I'm not even gonna. Nah, I'm not gonna waste paper.
It was elderberry.
And people in the chat got elderberry.
I got some at the house right now.
That is a tough
So tea
one.
don't count because he made tea out of it, didn't he?
Tea's too generic of an answer.
Because it could have been.
Right,
But you're still in the lead.
It could have been
Right.
tea,
Machond
Earl Grey,
has
hot.
4 points.
I only remembered him making him tea.
I'm probably in last.
Yes, you're in last with 2 points. Jazz and Busy are tied for 3. Reina has 5. Machond has 4.
All right.
Outside your risky life.
At least I'm not as
And the
embarrassed
chat
as I
is
thought I was.
undefeated. So
Got to go to here. Herschel, that's my granddaddy. You knew I was gonna remember that.
all right. What kind of nut trees surrounded the house Tyrese and Carol stayed at with Lizzie and Mika?
Bro.
What the fuck are these questions?
It was actually a big part of the episode. They had a whole conversation about it.
Like, who sneezed in
Um,
season 7, episode 8?
Give me a second because I need to remember how to write that.
Oh, then it's definitely not what I'm
Here.
writing down.
I know mine's gonna be wrong because I'm not even gonna try with this one because I don't freaking know. But I'm sure you'll love my answer.
I remember now. I think it was this.
Are they the kind of nuts that Abraham wants you to suck on?
No.
Can we show?
Yes, show. Go ahead. Looks like only Reina was right with pecans. It was pecans.
Oh, pecans.
Hell yeah.
Oh, fuck y'all.
Okay.
Can we get away from the growing things? And
Busy just sitting there.
Look at the flowers, Tomaj, for that one. Just look at the flowers.
Yeah, I know. That one.
Good one, Tomaj. I liked it.
we're gonna be beheading you shortly. And we got a lot of pecans, but we did get chestnuts, walnuts, but a bunch of people got pecan in the chat.
This one's a pretty easy one. What did Machond find the Saviors left burning on the road after they first visited Alexandria?
I got it first. I already got it. Does that count? I already got it.
That one that's pretty simple.
I was so pissed off.
I don't know that one. I don't know.
I am ready.
I need
when-
to
tell
Get
us
my
when to
paper
show.
ready.
Oh, I was so
Saviors left.
Come on, you're guys.
Brian, you should remember this.
All right.
Ready?
Show.
Go ahead.
I was so pissed off.
Move that over. Yeah, 1, 2. Buddy. Yeah, just about everybody got it right except Jazz.
Of course.
Sorry, Jazz.
It's fine.
I was irritated by that too. I'm like, what the fuck? They just took them, not because they needed them, just because they wanted to make people uncomfortable.
Yeah, I remember being annoyed.
And yeah, we got all mattresses in the chat.
1 second.
Reina was like, I'm gonna fail at this, and now she's like kicking all our asses.
Right?
Right.
Special power, y'all. I wanted to
Right.
save it for last.
Next one is, after her breakup with Abraham, who did Rosita start seeing?
Oh. Ew. I got it.
Oh, what was
Um,
their name?
I didn't like any of her men that she had except for her baby daddy.
So
Out of all
She left Abraham. Who did she go to? Rosita, we're talking about, right?
yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
All right, tell us when to show.
All right, go ahead and show it, y'all.
I know this is wrong, but you know what?
you misspelled it.
I'll do it. I'll do it for I'll do
Not
it for
Eugene. Well,
I
everybody
know
got
it's
it
wrong.
right.
I did it for LOL, y'all.
I'm sorry, Jazz. You're wrong
It's fine.
again.
Like I said, This is my joke answer.
Someone said no guts man in the chat. Someone said Sebastian.
Ew.
No.
I totally forgot she was with Spencer, honestly.
I mean, it was just a fling. It was a total rebound. You know.
Yeah. She didn't even care that Negan killed him. Like, she literally didn't care. She was, like, mad because she already wanted to kill Negan, but it wasn't like, my man.
Right.
And she was like, I wanted to break up with him and break his heart, and now you killed him. I can't do that.
Two more, right?
Yes, Reina, you need 2 more. Machond's at 6, Paul's at 5, Governor's at 4, Jazz is at 3.
Yay, I'm not in last place. Thank you, Jazz.
What nickname, y'all ready? What nickname does Negan give Eugene after kidnapping him?
He has a lot of names. I don't know.
But it's a Negan name.
Yeah.
Write it down.
Yeah, y'all got
it. Got it.
Wait,
I can't
Reina,
remember the first part, but
yeah, I didn't remember that. I ain't gonna need a lot of y'all.
All right, hold it up.
I think this is it.
Machond, you haven't got one?
I didn't remember. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all forgot
Yep,
the first
you 3
part.
got it. Smarty pants.
I know I did. I couldn't think of the first part.
Mr. Smarty Pants.
I got the Smarty Pants part.
Yes. Good, go, Jazz.
Reina is
People are saying Dr. Smarty Pants actually in the chat.
Yeah, that's why I was like Smarty Pants. I wasn't sure if it was Mr. Doctor.
Yeah,
Professor.
technically there was a doctor in front of it, but I still counted it. All right.
So Reina needs one more to make us all look stupid.
Pretty much.
Let's go.
Y'all ain't gonna know that one. I ain't gonna read that one.
That
all
one
right,
was fun afterwards.
Reina's probably gonna get this. But all right, this one is simple. Who killed Fat Joey?
I don't even remember Fat Joey.
Can I?
When
Everybody
you're
got
ready.
an answer?
Yeah, go for it. I'm not here.
Hold it up.
Blank.
Mr. Dixon.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, okay. Now I'm remembering that scene. Yeah.
Wait, is that what you? I can't see what you had, Jazz. What'd you have?
It's nothing. I just have it blank.
Oh, okay.
She's holding it up just to make you get ice train.
Yeah. So Reina has one.
Everyone got Daryl.
You
So.
earned all the bragging rights.
Do my happy dance, y'all.
That was so funny. Fat Joey was just outside. He was just outside eating his sandwich, and Daryl just so happened to escape in that moment, and they had to kill him.
I watched that clip like the other day. I felt bad for the dude.
I swear to God.
He's like, listen, man, you can just leave out the gates and just don't kill me. I'm just trying to survive.
Fat Joey had problems. He just wanted to eat his sandwich.
And now Skinny Joey can only be called Joey.
Literally. Oh,
I really thought when we were gonna do this, but y'all being so fast and stuff, and like fast, like I have no fucking chance. I really thought.
We talk a big game, but
none of the questions were about.
It looks like the quiet ones win.
Right?
Saviors won.
all right.
Ooh, easy.
Now we got 5 questions for the chat.
The chat.
And what I will do is I will watch the chat to see who is the first one to answer correctly and write them down.
I'm
So-
gonna go
I'm
through
actually
it
gonna
with.
dip it off.
I'm gonna go with through it with a bit of speed, not too fast, but just so people aren't looking up the answers. Either you know it or you don't. First come, first serve. Whoever gets it right first wins. So, all right, are you guys ready?
This
Chad,
is just-
get ready. Get y'all fingers ready.
One
to type.
second, Tomaj. I actually want to say bye to everyone. I'm actually going to dip. Thank you, everybody, for watching again. Catch me on Twitch, Werewolf NL0, or on the Gamers app. And hopefully, we'll be back next week. I love you all.
Well, we're
Bye,
not doing
Reina.
this next week, but for the spin-offs, we'll definitely when
For
the
the
spin-offs,
We'll all be in touch.
we will definitely be in touch.
Thank you all. Bye-bye.
Hi, Werewolf.
Bye.
Is it cheating if
All
I
right.
get in
All right, chat. Y'all ready?
the chat? Is it cheating if I get in the
We're
chat?
saying ready. We're getting some good.
There are actually, I say at 5. There are 6 on this card. I meant there's 6 questions, actually. I apologize.
All right, so 6 questions. We're going to go through them.
I can't count today. I'm sorry.
And what are you going to ask the question, and we'll give them, 30 seconds?
No, I'm going to ask them all, and they're just going to have to list their answers.
Okay, so put the number of the question before your answer.
Yeah,
all right?
exactly. So label
So
1 through
fabulous
6,
prizes.
y'all, and get ready.
Sudden death. Wait, I'm gonna write these down like I'm playing. Hold on.
Go ahead. I'll give everybody a second to prepare.
All right, I'm ready. Because this is, I bet you these
This one is for all the monies, people.
for all the money. I'm ready.
All right.
Now that Werewolf's gone, Machand's like, yeah, I got this.
All right. 3,
Questions.
2, 1. Who snuck into the same truck as Carl to get to the Savior's headquarters? That was the first one.
For the first person.
The second question is, in the episode Go Getters, what did Gregory misname Maggie?
Ugh.
Oh, I don't remember. He was so annoying.
All right.
The third question will be, who disemboweled Spencer?
Okay.
Fourth question will be, what community did Carol wake up in after she was hurt by a savior? Fifth question, what did Negan claim was the only thing Lucille loved more than bashing in brains?
Oh, I forgot that.
And the final question is, what fruit did Ezekiel first offer Carol? First one with all the answers right wins.
All right, so
I saw that, Benjamin.
I think you're gonna have to. I think you're gonna have to look because
The last question was, what fruit did Ezekiel first offer Carol?
And what was the fifth question again?
What did Negan claim was the only thing Lucille loved more than bashing in brains?
All right, I guess it could only be one thing. It's the fruit. I'm like stuck between like 4 fruits. I don't know. No reading the chat.
I've written
I'm
down my
checking the
answers. I'm
chat.
watching the chat, but
I don't know how to spell certain things, so you'll get what I'm saying now.
phonetically we'll figure it out.
I'm stuck with the fruit.
All right, so the first, you made this difficult to figure out who the winner is, dude.
Well, so far, ain't nobody got question 2 right. So that eliminates that one.
Like 2 answers for number 2. Is that bad?
What'd you say?
I had like 2 answers for number 2. Because he would call her different things. He wouldn't just misname her one thing.
Yeah,
he
he
had
would call her something different every time.
like 3 names he would rotate between every time he misnamed her, so I can't remember.
Yeah, I couldn't remember that one at all either.
I chose one of them. I might be right because I don't see anyone else with that answer. All right, so
5.
The only one I'm stuck on is that fruit. I don't remember which fruit. I'm stuck between like 3, 4 pieces of fruit. I don't, because the kingdom had various fruits. So, yeah.
Hold on, I think I gotta double check, but I think I found the winner.
I know the chat busting right now. Are you giving it to them if they got any one of the three names, like one of the few names that Gregory would name?
No, it's got to be the right
The question
answer.
specifically said the first one.
Oh, the first one. Oh, I don't know which one. He called her anything with an M.
Except
And the
for
person I
Maggie.
think that won this was the only one that knew the answer to question 5. That's why they won. Most people didn't know question 5.
Yeah, I don't know. Who got it?
Henry, no, I don't think you got 5 right. Well, yeah, you did, Henry. You actually did get 5 right. I see it. So I got to check your other answers. Well, you said that later on, though, so I don't know. What'd you say at first?
This was a good game. Did them cards come from the supply drop?
No, I ordered them on Amazon. They were like $70.
Oh my God.
I know, right?
Yeah, that
Oh,
fruit
I
is
know. Y'all had better gotten number 3 right because we were talking about that one for a while.
Yeah.
If you got anything right, it should have been 3.
3 and 4 were super easy.
Yeah. Well, while we're waiting, Governor, what are all the conventions next year? I'm going to go to them all because I'm mourning.
Well, I don't know about any that are specific to the Walking Dead because Fandemic got bought by the people who own Atlanta Comic Con and FanX. So,
Governor, you could help me double check, but I'm pretty sure Cody won.
I will take a look.
That's what I got. I just analyzed it like 10 times.
Well, I need to know what the proper answers are, but I'm pretty sure.
Oh, the correct answers were: who snuck into the same truck as Carl to get to the Savior's headquarters? The answer was
Jesus! That one I know.
In the episode Go-Getters, what did Gregory misname Maggie?
Margaret.
Marsha.
I said
Marsha was the
I said
correct
Margot.
answer.
Oh well.
I said Megan.
Margaret at one point. That's why I put Margaret. I didn't know which one it was.
Who disemboweled Spencer? It was Negan.
Yeah, we knew
What
that.
community did Carol wake up in after she was hurt? It was the Kingdom.
I misheard that. I thought you said Maggie when she was hurt, and I was like, Hilltop. No, it would have been
no,
Kingdom.
sorry, it was Carol. What did Negan claim was the only thing Lucille loved more than bashing in brains? It was being sung to. And what fruit did Ezekiel first offer Carol? It was pomegranate.
Ooh,
I got that one right.
I put a little freaky deaky on my little card for what did we feel like besides.
For the Lucille one, I didn't know. I said spaghetti.
What was number 5?
That's spaghetti.
I said being rubbed.
Wait, what was number 5?
5 was being sung to.
Being what?
Sung to.
Sung to.
I feel like I should have remembered
Remember
that
he
one
made Carl sing a
specifically, but
song?
Oh my God, I forgot about. Okay, so I got half of them right. I only got Jesus, Negan, and Kingdom right. And that
Yep.
was because Michael
Same.
James was supposed to be on his story.
Yeah, I think Cody won. So Cody, if you have like Twitter, it'd be preferable, but let me know what social medias you have and just reach out to me. I'm pretty much on everything, just about. Because I believe Cody was the only one that got 4 out of 5, so that was good.
Shout out to all y'all with a real good Walking Dead memory.
Yep,
No, for real, because
absolutely.
some of these was intense.
Yeah, I'm surprised I got pomegranate right. I just remembered it wasn't a normal fruit, though I almost changed my answer to
Peach
pear.
because it was the
Pear.
kingdom and the peach cobbler.
I literally had no clue, but for some reason, as soon as he asked the question, orange. And I had no clue. I don't know where I got orange from, but
I mean, sometimes you gotta listen to your gut because my gut said syrup, and I was like, no, that can't be right. So
from?
We definitely have to play another time because there's 600 questions and I ain't got nobody else to play.
I mean, that
So-
might be a fun thing to kill for
Cody
an hour.
apparently does not have social media. Cody, do you have?
No.
You can send an email.
Can I give you my email, Cody?
Tomaj's gonna get all the emails now.
Well, I'm just gonna give him my business email. So I mean, just send me an email and I will email you your gift card. The cards go up to season 7.
Aha. See, if they were more of the recent seasons, I might have remembered. You know, I'm old as shit, so.
Yeah, they don't have any newer ones. That they only did Walking Dead Prime.
Hopefully, they'll come up with some new cards here. Not
Well, they
too
also
long.
haven't done any bad lip
know.
readings since, like, for a long time, so. Which pisses me off.
I know.
Those
as soon
were
as-
great.
right around Walking Dead, like season 7 and 8 is when TV started getting real good. So there was some real competition out there. Back in the day, Walking Dead didn't have competition like that. Game of Thrones was probably the closest, but I didn't even watch it back then.
Tiffany wants to know, can we just do trivia until the spin-offs drop?
Oh. Well, that's your answer.
I mean,
You guys want to stream trivia and make me look bad every week?
I personally cannot attend this next coming week, but I will be happy to be here the week after. If that's what we want to do.
My phone died. I'm sorry. What'd you say? Well, what did we
that's your
say?
answer.
I mean,
Do people
we
want to
wanna
do this?
trivia?
You guys want to stream trivia and make me look bad every week?
I personally cannot attend this next coming week, but I will be happy to be here the week after. If that's what we want to do. Weird.
My phone died. I'm sorry. What'd you say?
I just got deja vu.
Nah, yeah.
I'm like, whoa.
Somebody is watching it on another monitor and they cranked up the volume or something because I just heard myself.
That was me. That's my fault. Because I always have the chat on my laptop and I record from my phone from the meeting and my phone died, so I had to join quickly.
So do we want to do a weekly Walking Dead trivia? Who's in? I guess.
I love it.
Like I said, I can't do next week, this coming weekend, but the next one I'm in.
I love how we just have an excuse to come on here every week and just talk shit. It's great. I love it here.
Actually, no, you know what? I lied. I could do it Monday, or that next Monday.
I would just like for everyone to go look at Michael James Shaw's Instagram story because he reposted me twice and he commented on my video. So I'm very excited right now.
Lit.
Bless you.
I was in my Walking Dead feeling, so I posted my clip from when I met him in March because I never posted anything from pandemic and I recorded it.
So when is the next spinoff coming out?
I have no idea.
Dead City
It's
was
April, I thought.
Yep.
Ooh, April. Oof.
Yes, ooh. Okay.
So how many cards should we use tonight?
I mean, we use maybe 15 at the most. But each card has
Multiple
6 questions on it. So I only read one question off of like 15 different cards, other than that last one I did for the chat.
Hey, Tomaj, are you gonna go to the thing that they're planning, them cards? Oh my God, that'd be so fun.
That would be fun. Yeah, I'm trying to see what my life's looking like around that point, but I'm trying to clear my schedule.
I want to go to everything next year. Next year is the year where I'm going to everything.
Well, I will give you my list of cons, but I don't know how many are going to be Walking Dead related. I know that there will be some Walking Dead people at Terrificon in Connecticut in July of next year, and I will be moderating those panels. So Yay.
One of them going to be David.
Send me everything.
No,
'cause,
David,
like,
I don't think
Oh, that's
David.
awesome, Machond. I'm looking at the Michael
my
J. Shot
whole
thing.
page. He literally went through my whole page and followed me. This is, I mean, I do be clowning. I'm great to watch. So, I mean,
And modest, too.
I mean, I be clowning watching Walking Dead. I be so upset. I be so upset.
So, yeah, I will share with you guys later my entire list of cons that I'm going to. I need to find out what's going on with Atlanta Comic-Con, which will be in February, which is taking over for Fandemic. I don't know who they're getting.
You going where in February? Hold on, player. Let me write this down. Hold on.
She's got her pen there.
I haven't
What is it
I don't know
called?
for certain that I'm going, but Atlanta Comic-Con is...
Are you saying
in,
Atlanta or Atlantic?
It's Atlanta.
And that's
you
in
take
February.
MATA. That's in February 24th through 26th.
Ugh, I think I'll be busy that weekend with something else on that side of the other side of the pond.
Next, I
Other
really,
side of the continent, maybe? Or are you going to
Yep.
be in England?
I mean, I guess my little Britishness came out a little bit, but I think I'll probably be doing something in Portland that week.
Okay, that's the other side of the continent. You know, or the other side of the colonies if you want to be British.
I tried with Pond. I tried. You know.
Yeah, Terrificon in Connecticut is going to have at least a few Walking Dead people. I'm trying to get them to get more.
Wait, where's that?
In Connecticut at the Mohegan Sun.
Okay, that's a little more reasonable for me because I got family up there that I can just stay with if I do think of going there.
Yeah, Terrificon is July 28th through 30th. So, yeah, there's stuff to do. I don't know who yet they're getting for Awesome Con, but I have them on my list.
Luckily, I've been able to get like a media badge or a pro badge for most of the cons that I go to. So it saves me a crap ton of money.
Yeah, I'm pretty much... I get press passes for just about everything. And sometimes I'm the moderator. All right.
pretty awesome.
Well, it's been not as long as last week, but I think we are going to wrap this up. And yeah, that trivia was fun. I think we'll just start out with trivia next week, and we'll just do this. And next week, I'll see if I can find a Walking Dead related gift for the winner for next week. I have some toys that were given to me by McFarlane Toys that are pretty cool. I can't give away the Carol in that stuff because I have to send that to Jazz. Apparently. But I do have, if people like Morgan, I might have something for you. And it's a big set. But anyway, yeah, I think that pretty much covers it. I mean, we have, it's been a hell of a show. I'm glad they're doing spin-offs. And it's definitely affected all our lives. You know,
I actually got my job in conventions because of The Walking Dead, so
love to see it.
And yeah, and some of us have become reactors and, you know, do stuff online. And it's certainly gotten me ahead. I couldn't resist. Of course, Machond not even looking, so you don't
I'm
care.
just like, I'm not playing.
Got me ahead.
Sorry, Michael J. Shaw is so fine. He went through my whole page and was liking and commenting on shit, and that's why I'm just.
All right, she's in seventh heaven right now. All right, Busy, tell everyone where they can find you.
Busy Braun everywhere. We're almost at 100,000 followers on TikTok, so go follow me over there.
All right, I'll think about it. Jazz.
I haven't used it in a while, but you can find me at Rose City Widow on Instagram.
Very nice.
I'll start more used to that again here.
And, you know, and once in a while she writes something for Fandom Spotlight. Once in a while.
Yeah, I'm working on a couple of things. It should be coming out this week, hopefully.
She's been doing a lot more of the social media on there, so that is much appreciated. Tomaj.
You guys can find me at Big Bro and Little Sis Reacts on Patreon and YouTube. You can find me on Twitter and TikTok at Tomaj21. So
He got lots of shit y'all to watch because he reacts to a lot.
I do. I react to a whole lot of stuff.
Whole shitload. Machond, tell them where they can find you.
At Talk and Eat TV on YouTube, but most importantly, and talkandeattv.com as well. TikTok and Instagram. Y'all, I am I'm in like this weird limbo with Walking Dead where I'm grieving, but I'm excited for the spinoff. Like I'm in this very weird space. So I'm just gonna go to every fucking convention and everything next year because this is it. Like when I tell y'all I'm outside, and I swear I'm gonna get them Fandom vlogs up because I vlogged all 3 days and I have all the footage and like I'm excited to get them together now. So stay tuned.
Yeah, it's only been almost a year. It's
literally coming up.
And of course, I am the governor. You can find me here on Fandom Spotlight, and I will be doing a second reaction compilation to get a bunch of the people that I wasn't able to include in the first one. And besides, you can't put too many reactors in one compilation or else it just gets way too repetitive or you use them like 3 times.
Thank you for including me.
You're quite welcome.
I'm working on that, and I'm going to send it to you.
Yes, you send me yours and you'll be included in that one. I'm also going to be releasing the episodes of The Governor Reflects, which is going from season 1 reactions. And so that will be coming. And yeah, thanks everyone for having fun today. And you just got a new Twitter follower there, Tomaj. And but
I'm
you know,
growing up. I love it.
And we will be back, I guess, next week with trivia. Man,
And I will be on time this time, I swear. My life is in shambles right now. I'm still trying to figure out, I need like 3 setups.
Do y'all rewatch it so y'all ready for trivia? Because y'all gotta.
Well, keep it to season 1 because I'm finishing up the season 1 reactions. And
There's
we'll
a
be
mix
good.
of season 1 through 7, so watch what everybody is pouring and throwing and writing on the walls. Watch it all.
What color socks they have.
It's like, who was the first walker on the wall at the sanctuary? I don't fucking know.
What was the name of the rat that Lizzie fed to?
Man.
The size were Lizzie's shoes. I don't know.
No, there actually, this is a little hint. There was a question of what did Lizzie name one of the walkers? Like, is that detail, y'all?
That's crazy.
That is nuts. Some people
Pay
have
attention
absolutely
to
no lives.
everything.
All right, thanks everyone for watching. We are still live, guys, so we got to say goodbye. And Governor and this amazing crew out. We'll see you next week. And I'll just click a button over here.
Later.
Intoxicated, we're automated and overpopulated. We're all fish in a stream, swimming towards a vicious dream.